For the Arsenal game, to preview that, and the embargo will be 10:30 p.m. on Saturday night. Okay, who wants to start for the Arsenal game? Tony?
Is it good to have a game very quickly, like 2 or 3 days after, to keep the momentum, not momentum, but...
I know you mean, there you go.
But to get it out of their heads, and is it good that there's a game quickly straight away after a situation like this?
No, I don't know. The best week we had was the week going into Tottenham recently, where we had a chance to work towards the game at Tottenham, and we don't get that much. So it's like, there's a balance. But I suppose if you win it, it will be good, because it will obviously not give us the feeling that we've got this evening. But I just think it remains what it is at face value. A tough visit to a London rival, big stadium, new manager, good players. So I won't look at it in the big picture. I'll probably just focus on it what it is.
Any advice for Arteta? He's even fresher than you as a Premier League manager, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's worked under one of the greatest, if not the greatest, for a couple of years there. So it was always an intelligent player, and now has worked for that. So I don't buy the whole inexperienced one. I think you don't know until you take the chance with somebody, and who's to say that a manager's better or worse because they're in their first year or their 50th year of management. I don't buy it.
Would you agree, is there a difference between working under someone like Pep Guardiola and then shoved into somewhere like Arsenal, and it's like, get on with it, you're the man now? There's a difference,
yeah.
So, what have you found, since that's happened to you?
Well, I think there are challenges daily, but I'm sure he would have seen that at Manchester City, but he would have observed it as more, and obviously been a big support for Guardiola, I presume. And now it's his turn to make those decisions himself. And I think, as I say, from the years he's had there working with Guardiola at a huge club who have been successful, I think it puts him in great stead. So I don't think that the question mark will be that. It will be purely on Arteta, the quality of him, and can he get the Arsenal to the position that they want to be in.
Do you enjoy the decision making, where the responsibility is kind of ultimately with you? Is that something you thrive on?
I wouldn't say I thrive on it. It's the job, and I do it to try and be successful. So I'm not a control freak or a power freak. But if a decision needs to be made for the benefit of where we're at, that is my job here. So, but I also think you have good people around you. I've seen Arteta's, put your staff together. I think he'll know that he'll rely on them, because I'm sure Guardiola relied on his. I certainly rely on mine. So I think that's the best way that I've found to go about it.
One of your first big decisions was on David Luiz. Are you pleased with the way that's gone when you see how the centre halves have come through?
I'm not going to answer that.
Why?
Because what essence was it a negative on David Luiz? What are you trying to say?
I'm just trying to ask you why you made that decision, and whether
I'm not going to answer that in the build-up to this game.
Okay, next question, please.
Just quickly, have you got any injuries before?
Yeah, Marcus Alonso got a small muscle injury. Hopefully he'll be okay for Arsenal. Reece James probably won't. He's got an ankle injury, and we need to look at it, but I think it's going to be a little bit longer.
What was Mikel? You must have played him a lot of times for Everton and Arsenal. What was he like as an opponent?
You're a very good player, very intelligent player, very technical player. Seemed to be a leader, not in a fist pumping kind of leader, but a leader in his whatever teams he was playing in. Though it looks like he could be well suited to management, and I do wish him well. Obviously not on Sunday, but I wish him well, because I think when you see a fresh manager come into a job like that, I understand the strains and the pressures of it and the desires to want to do well in it. So on a personal level, I wish him well.
Does it help to have that insight into the club as a player?
I'm not sure, if you looked at it across the board, whether officially it helps, but I certainly found that it helps with knowing some faces behind the scenes, knowing the values of the club and what the standards are and what the wants are, and I think that can help. It can help in the, probably the start-up early stages. I think after that it probably levels out, and your work is your work.
There's no honeymoon. The honeymoon doesn't go on forever, obviously.
No, it doesn't, and it shouldn't do. But I think fans hopefully will. I'm sure they have a feeling for Arteta and want him to do well as being one of their own from before. So we'll see.
Okay, last two on Arsenal.
The latest on Giroud's situation.
No.
Right.
No, it's the same part of our squad. We'll see when the window opens if anything happens. I know he's commented this week, but which I've said before, his professionalism and how he's trained has been spot on for me, and it's purely been at times probably over the course of the season so far my selections, and a lot of that has probably been Tammy's form. He's been one of the outstanding strikers in the Premier League this year, in my opinion. So. That's the way it's been. So I suppose when January comes, then we can probably officially start talking about it more.
I'll just ask, just briefly on David Luiz, we're talking about decision making. That was a big decision that you had to make fairly quickly in the summer, wasn't it? And that kind of shows the way things were when you go from being an assistant coach to being the manager. That was a big decision that you had to make, wasn't it, to do that deal?
Yeah, I mean, there are decisions, and maybe I'm a bit harsh, Matt, not to answer that directly, but what I don't want to do is look like it's a personal question going into a game against a player who I respect and play with. But if you look at our defenders and the emergence of Tomori, that's obviously been a big plus for us, and it was just a decision that was made. And while I'm here, I'll be making countless more of those in different ways. So that's what it is. And again, like I mentioned with Arteta, I certainly wish David well when he leaves his club. He was part of a Champions League winning team, played with half a hamstring in the final, I know that, and got himself fit when he was under pressure with the injury. And I would always respect that, and he moves on.
Great, thank you very much.
Thanks all.
Good
Thank you.
evening, Merry
Cheers.
Christmas.